Christy.
How much encouragement do you take from the second half and some of the key stops you guys got when they were within 4 points last week?
Yeah, that was good to see. I thought the one thing that we did well was at halftime, made some adjustments, and the kids adjusted. Got to credit our offense big time. Clarence and his staff, the running backs, the offensive line, the way the game was going, the way they was able to take the game in the clock really helped us a lot.
Over here on the right side, Christy.
Have you seen your defense kind of slowly gain more and more confidence now that all the pieces are back and you're kind of how you thought you
Yeah,
would
we're
be?
getting some continuity. We need to continue to have continuity. We need to have some consistency. The one thing I talked to him about yesterday is we need to be consistent. We play well in spurts, and some spurts we didn't. I thought we played pretty well in the second half for the most part. They did a good job showing us some things we hadn't seen, and that was good stuff. They get paid too. But consistency is the key for us. But yes, I do see the confidence coming. Yeah.
Over here on the right.
Do you have a plan in place for if, in fact, Kirby's out for an extended amount of time?
Yeah, we do. We have a plan in place, and we'll roll with that plan. He did okay. He did good. He did okay. The guy played really well was Alonzo, and getting Alonzo's played a lot of nose for us, and getting some other guys back that have played three technique in real games helps as well. So we'll have a little rotation in there just like we did last year.
In the middle to Homer.
Yeah, Coach, can you take us back through that Everett INT, what you all adjusted to? You guys looked excited on the sideline after that happened.
It was one of our, it was one of the halftime adjustments that we went through, and it's always rewarding as a coach when you make an adjustment and you see it come to fruition. It's pretty good stuff.
Seated in the back, KO.
Coach, how much of this week is going to be devoted to looking at Mississippi State, and how much just going back to fundamentals and getting to what you were talking about, getting the consistency with play and setting up that rotation?
Well, we don't play Mississippi State for a while. We got Ole Miss.
Sorry.
That's okay. We'll concentrate on both, no doubt. Fundamentally, we're going to do some things, and we got to get ready to play Ole Miss. So there'll be a balance in there.
Seated in the back, Daryl.
Coach, can you talk about DeShazer, and I know the scoop and score and the pick, and he does all this with one hand?
Yeah. I'll be glad when he gets that silly cast off, Some of his missed tackles, as you watch him, like the guy caught the ball over on the sideline, the tight end, he couldn't use his other hand, That was very evident on the film. Not that he couldn't use it. He didn't use it for whatever reason, to rake the ball out of there. So it'll be nice to get that cast off.
We're on the left side aisle.
Coach, wanted to get your thoughts on the linebacker play overall this weekend.
Not too bad. It was some new stuff, and like I said, they got some new things thrown at them. It was a really good learning lesson for them. Great teaching yesterday, and that's going to continue anytime you get young players. But that's how you build a program. That's how you build a defense, if you will. Get better each and every week. That was kind of our maturation process last year. Seeing the same kind of thing happen this year. Go back and I watched the Ole Miss game from last year, and whatever point in the season we were at, you're seeing the same things that I saw last Saturday. So that part of it's encouraging.
Lower on the bottom right.
Mark, how much do DeShazer's instinctive plays show up on film? Like the tip ball could have gone for a touchdown. Jacobs tips it up in the air, and DeShazer pulls on his jersey, which is totally legal because the ball was tipped. Right.
Yeah, Shazer's got some skills. He's a good player, and I think we're doing him a service down the road because he's having the ability to play corner and safety, which I think down the road is going to help the kid.
Go to the middle to Sam.
What did you think of Otis Jacobs' play on Saturday, and how have the corners been since DeShazer's moved back?
Yes, I'm first one to take my hat off. I thought he played well. I did. I was happy for the kid. They went after him, targeted him. They continue to target him. He's going to get targeted again next Saturday. And I thought he rose to the occasion. I was very proud of Saturday.
Here in the front, Cease.
Mark, the long run before the half that got him field goal, is that alignment, or can you just bring up back?
Oh, boy. That's me being greedy. Take you through the play. They were trying to get out of the half, and they're running lead, and I got a little greedy and moved the front, and we should still be okay. There shouldn't be an issue there. But we had a little issue, and the ball slid out the back door, and that stuff can't happen. That can't happen. We give up 3 points. They're trying to get out of the half. So I take the blame for that. I put that on my shoulders. But still, that should have been a 3-yard gain, not a 50, whatever it was. It shouldn't have been in that situation. So the lesson learned, if you ever stop learning, you're dead. And the lesson learned for me was I didn't want to give up another 13 yards rushing before half, to add to the stat sheet. So I got a little greedy and moved the front, and he wound out the back door, and our backside pieces were not doing what they were supposed to do. They were kind of freelancing a little bit, and that's what happens. Yeah, I know. I was shocked. I got to be honest with you, coming out of the game, I didn't feel like they had 200 yards rushing. It was, a few big runs that took that number up there. For the most part all night, I thought we handled their run pretty good.
Go back over here to Gabe.
What do you think, Ask, you learned from the experience of now, because you played so much against SMU, now this was a totally different team, and he, fared up and down, but what do you think you learned from that?
It was another learning experience for Nate. I mean, he wasn't great and he wasn't awful. He made some plays when I asked him to make some plays in the backfield. He was actually on the tight end a lot better than I thought he was. Standing there on game day when the kid caught the ball, we're in man coverage, Nate's got him man to man, That kid's a good player. It was a good ball. Quarterback played well, threw a good ball. And I told him yesterday, hey, they're on scholarship too, and they're. The quarterback threw a good ball. The dude made a good move. We got to move on. But I thought he did okay.
Anything else for Coach Snyder? Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you. Have a great week.